Anyway, I'm going to take you on a journey today through a construction project, very different from anything else that we've been looking at so far. Added to that, it was in the desert, and they called this park Yas Water World. The final part of the lighting package was lighting the outside of this tornado bolt. And just to give you an idea of kind of how severe this ride is, you're not thinking about lighting. When you fly into this thing, you're at 45, 50, 60 degrees up the side, and there's usually 6 people inside this slide. So we ended up having, for nighttime with this open bowl, we had to light either side of the water injectors into the funnel. It was a compromise, but what we managed to do on the outside was much more fun. Color, we've heard a lot of people talking about LED and how color reacts and is reflected. And we found that using RGB luminaires or RGBW or RGBA on red and blue fiberglass, I mean, you've got red and blue, so you've only got green. What are you going to do? We upped the number of LEDs to 7, and we discovered something really quite special, that in Abu Dhabi, the sand is incredibly fine with a lot of iron oxide in it. And it made this deposit on top of the galvanized steel. And we found we could make it, in some cases, look like shiny aluminium, and in other cases, it became more of a kind of white structure. And that balanced with what was happening on the fiberglass made quite an interesting object to look at. We were very conscious of not trying to do another rainbow Me Too, I can do an outdoor project. So the last part of it, and I forgot my go buttons because they're over there. I had my problems with video. We had to give this ability in a waterproof environment for people to select their theme. So these rubber bands you get if you paid more money, which you don't have to anymore. And the idea was you came up in your dripping wet swimming trunks and you hit it down onto this target, and then the lights would come on, you choose the theme that you wanted, you got in your big yellow rubber ring, and off you went. Great idea, didn't work. So we just turn all the lights on and anybody can choose it now. So finally I took my daughter. This was the first ride through a slide. And it's not easy sitting in a double slide where you're meant to hang on to 2 blue handles at the back and you're moving about, sloshing about in the water and holding a waterproof camera up at the same time. Is there audio with this? You could turn it up a little bit for the end because that's really what I want people to see or hear. Bit more audio. So it was more or less like what we'd expected to, but we'd always had this ongoing argument that it was going to be too bright in the last rat list and the video wasn't going to work, and then they figured it out. So
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything.